Hello, this is going to be a very short video, and it's a phenomenon going on YouTube, and I don't think enough people are talking about it, and I feel like I need to. This has to do with some YouTubers that I follow, and seeing what's going on with their content. And the fact that we have an election coming up makes me very suspicious as to what's going on with their content. Namely, I've been following geography and some real estate channels, and in the past, I would say year, maybe a little less than a year, they've been dramatizing and exaggerating things, and I want to talk about that obviously because I feel that what's going on is I think that Donald Trump or his campaign is getting involved, and we all know Donald Trump. We all know what a monster he is. All right. You know, this is the kind of, he even called Harris mentally disabled. I mean, this is the kind of buffoon that we have running for president. Deport illegals now. But you didn't deport them in 2016. What makes you think you're going to deport them now? So, I'm going to talk about the channels here, and hopefully I don't get too much hate for this, but I very well may. This is one of the YouTubers I've been following for a long time, Cash Jordan. I actually unsubscribed from him because he's dramatizing, and I've been sharing some of his videos, but now I'm starting to realize, look at these pictures he's showing. I mean, these are not even from New York City. Starbucks is leaving NYC over crime. It begins. New Yorkers stop paying for the bus. New York police end peaceful college protest with force. New York City destroys park, moves in homeless people. And I've shared some of these. But I realize every single one of these videos is negative. If you think I'm negative, why all of a sudden all these negative videos about New York City? What is going on? This place is finished. New York is becoming a dump. Look, I agree. Hochul and Adams have done a horrible job. Don't get me wrong, but this is dramatizing it and making it seem. I mean, where are the real estate videos? There aren't any real estate videos anymore. It's all about dramatizing the crime. And I have to wonder if Cash Jordan is getting some kind of incentive to put these videos together from Donald Trump to basically make Democrats look bad. All right? And we know they've done a bad job here in New York, all right? But why now? Why all of a sudden? Look, I've been in the city. It's not that as bad as he says it is. All right? It's not as bad as he says it is. There are problems, but it's just ridiculous what's going on. So there's a lot of dramatization going on, a lot of clickbait going on. And I just have to wonder what is going on here. And then another YouTuber I follow, Nick Johnson, another one. Everything's right-wing now. Immigrants are taking over Pennsylvania. Now everyone here is freaking out. I mean, and he just says immigrants. So he doesn't even make any differentiation between illegal immigrants and immigrants. Went to the hood and asked about Trump. The polls are wrong because, of course, it's all to support Donald Trump. You watch his videos, it's all people with Donald Trump. Look at these pictures. I mean, this is borderline racism. I don't even understand how this is allowed. And then somebody left a comment about me making racist content. And yet this guy gets away with it. All right? Gets away with it. All right? Because he's got a lot of followers and a lot of viewers. I don't make racist content. All right? I talk about racism. All right? And the fact that these people are out here having a YouTube channel that has a political agenda, it's obvious that there is a political agenda behind these YouTube channels. NYC, making people homeless forever. NYC thieves raid Foot Locker. NYC releases entire migrant gang from prison. And I know I've shared some of these, all right? So maybe I'm a little guilty of it myself. But I just realized tonight what's going on. And I caught myself. This is what's going on. And obviously, they're picking on New York City. They're picking on New York City because New York City is run by Democrats. It's obvious, all right? There are plenty of major cities and Republican states that are also suffering, all right? But is New York City in a free fall? Is New York City some crime-ridden hellhole? No, it is not. There is a lot of problems there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we can go to CBS New York and of course we have the latest with Eric Adams, who's a disgraceful mayor and should resign. He's a lousy mayor. He's managed to be worse than Bill de Blasio. All right? But the way that they are blowing it out of proportion on these YouTube channels makes it seem like New York City, in a way, they're kind of slandering New York City when you think about it, because they're making things seem much worse than they are. Exploring the concrete jungle, it says here. But you never say anything positive about New York. Everything is always negative. You think I'm negative. That's like people label me as being negative. Look at these people. I mean, how do they get away with this? Armed migrants take over apartment in New York City. I mean, there's crime. They're bringing crime. But who allowed the migrants in the first place? Remember, Texas sent them here. It wasn't Joe Biden. It was Texas. And who allowed them here? Well, this is the guy you're looking at, all right? Eric Adams. He's the one who allowed them, all right? He could have just turned those buses right around, which is what any self-respecting mayor would have done. But no, he let Texas bring the problems here, all right? So this is all political, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm sure there are other YouTube channels out there that are doing these same things. Like I said, not a long video. I'm letting you know that there's something fishy going on with these channels. All right? And while everybody does have their right to an opinion, I think that they should at least tell people if they are getting money from Trump or if somebody's getting money from Harris. It doesn't matter. If you're getting money to make videos to push a political agenda, then you should say that in your video. And so I'm very suspicious about what's going on. Of course, we all know with Mr. Beast how YouTube just allows big YouTubers just to do whatever the hell they want to do because, of course, they bring in money for YouTube. So we all know about that with the Mr. Beast and all that other stuff. So Cash Jordan and Nick Johnson are just two other YouTubers out there that are just abusing the platform, in my opinion. They have the right to their opinion on things, but you're clickbaiting people. You're misleading people. You're blowing things way out of proportion so you can push a political agenda that you may, in fact, be being paid to do. And that, like I said, that is something that disturbs me a very great deal. And so, I don't even watch their videos anymore. You're not seeing me share many of these Cash Jordan or Nick Johnson videos anymore because it's just one negative video after another. You watch their channel, you think New York City was some miserable hellscape. It is not. All right? There are problems. There are failures. I've talked about it time and time again. But they are really blowing things well out of proportion. I'm sure you'd much rather be in New York City than in Asheville, North Carolina right now with all the natural disasters and all those other areas. All right? But hey, this is the agenda that they're pushing. And I don't get any money from anyone. All right, I cannot stand Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump is a disaster. All right, we're gonna just go back here and talk about it a little bit here. So, Donald Trump, if you watch the debate, you know what a disaster he is. You know what an arrogant person he is. You know that he's somebody who wants to be a dictator, somebody who does not accept the results of an election, does not. I don't care whatever else he says about anything. All right. Let's look at the facts about Donald Trump. He's a felon. He's been indicted and convicted. He is a criminal. He incited an insurrection against this country, almost a terrorist attack, in my opinion. All right? Didn't do anything about that. All right? He didn't do anything about that. All right? Then he goes on debates, and of course he refuses to debate Kamala again because he knows he's going to look ridiculous. He did look he's a buffoon. I don't understand why so many people in this country support him. People got to wake up and put down the orange man juice. They really do. Donald Trump is a buffoon. He is somebody who is a nutcase. He doesn't belong in the race at all. It really shows how messed up this country is. So we have a choice here between going back to, well, forget, we have a choice we don't actually have only one choice here because Donald Trump is going to mean the end of the United States as we know it. All right. That's the bottom line. He's a dictator. All right. He wants to be a dictator. He showed it. Won't accept the results of an election. Won't answer questions. These are all things fascists do. All right. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Harris. Not a huge fan of her. But you know what? She's going to be a hell of a lot better president than Donald Trump. All right. I think she can bring this country together. And come and look, I don't agree with everything, but the fact is the choice for me is very easy. And I don't know why anyone would consider voting for Donald Trump. But I have friends who continue to support him, and I don't understand it. I really don't. I really don't. I don't understand what's wrong with people in this country. I'm very disturbed, to be honest. I really am. And then you have Vance, and you have, I mean, I don't know, the Republican Party is no more. It's now a Trumplican party. It does not exist anymore. All right? I think Kamala Harris will be a pretty good president. I think she could be almost as good as Obama. All right? Whereas Trump will destroy this country. All right? We'll have a dictator. We're not going to have a president anymore. All right? So, I make this video and just let people know that's my opinion. These other people are trying to brainwash you. Nick Johnson, Cass Jordan, obviously trying to get support for Donald Trump. It's obvious what's going on. And I'm sure there are others out there, and they must be called out for it.